saw there's some map changes, so I was gonna like look at those on Twitter real quick. So these are the ICEBOX changes. I'm gonna say bottom of attacker mid. They made it so that way you can't get up on the box right here. Nothing over on the left side changed at all. It's really just this crate. That's not a whole lot. I guess what it does is if you're a defender that wants to kind of like push mid, this was really cringe. Like having to worry about someone being on top of this, swinging you, as well as someone like way back in attacker spawn, as well as someone up here, as well as someone like swinging out of A main or coming late from B. It's just annoying to push mid on ICEBOX. It was doable, but the risk involved in it made it super frustrating. Like no one liked trying it. This change isn't very big, but let's see what else they got. Whoa. So this whole center structure just got removed. The reason why this is like a big change is because before there were chances of like people dodging drones, dodging prowlers, dodging eyes, dodging darts. Like this provided like a lot of false info on ICEBOX, which then required like a lot of close spacing for attackers to trade the kills if people were in like the couple spaces that aren't cleared. Or the timings, like say when the drone would go under, someone would swing this side. It would require very good spacing. It's kind of like a light initiator buff, but also it's going to increase a lot of the op lines too. There's going to be a lot of op lines back here, like top yellow, as well as like lower, as well as like even potentially like, I don't think anyone would be ballsy enough to play up here, but yeah, who am I kidding? It's Valorant. There'll be people that play up there. There'll be a lot of people that play up there. This is very interesting though. This will change the dynamics of the choke, which is what ICEBOX needs. A window to see through. What the fuck? Can you jump out of that? Looks like you can jump out of this. You could do like the giga risky defender rotation where you're like stacking towards B and you're like, oh, they're A. And you're just like, fuck it. I'm going for it. Just to shave off the extra 2 seconds of rotation time. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm dying to the mid lurk so many times. I mean, you could definitely do like tube fakes where you jump out if this is possible. I can't imagine that like the kill sight line from over here through the window on like, you know, someone like crossing over here can't be that good. It's definitely possible, but it can't be great. This is like another really big dynamic in an underutilized part of the map. I kind of like it. All right, so they changed a lot of other shit around mid too. Whoa. Okay, so inside of tube, this is the window that you can jump out of, and it looks like you could for sure jump out of this window now. The fight from like up here down doesn't look great because it looks like your head is barely going to be showing from here until you jump up, but it looks like you can definitely get out this window. Obviously, the box will help protect you from some cringe that's ready to swing. You know, a big problem before was like, say like a turret over here, you come up and you shoot it, and all of a sudden like there's some cringe like KO pop flash swing type shit, and you're just in this empty tube before. Whereas like at least now you can hide behind this box. Maybe someone's waiting bottom ramp, like protecting you while you're here, and someone's railing like 30 bullets into the box. And then yeah, this is big over here. So they removed this whole lane. I do think mid B splits are going to be way easier, because before you had to worry about all this variance of someone like waiting to swing this, someone potentially up here, someone potentially like in between the two over here ready to swing you, someone hiding behind this box, someone top sight ready to swing, someone in this corner over here. There was so many things you had to work. Someone in this corner. Whereas now when you're splitting B, it seems like you can eliminate these angles one by one. Even going through the tube, you could do shit like, you know, smoke this, come up this way, and pinch this so fucking well. You could do shit like smoke this, do this type of pinch. You're coming up the tube. So once you're like here, these two could probably like meet. So this guy goes this way, this guy goes this way, and you like meet to clear out kitchen. And honestly, again, you can leave someone planted in this zone. Even in kitchen, you can leave them planted, and you could like roll out the window into A. Okay, I'm really liking these changes right now. I'm really liking them a lot. Like the more I'm talking through like the possibilities of the changes, the more I like them. All right, let's look at the Lotus changes. All right, so this wall is literally just like the wall of death. I mean, everyone that's played Lotus and played A has been coming towards A. You get hit with a sky flasher on this wall, hit with like a breach flash here or a fault line, and you jump to this wall. At that point, the clock is ticking to your demise. You might get yours, you might get two, but you're f***ing dying. You're f***ing dying for sure. I'm so glad they f***ing changed this wall. I feel like that wall was so weird. It was so weird. It was just such a weird, like, slant. Very weird slant that people would just end up on if literally it lets me know that you didn't have any kind of plan. Like, you're like, okay, they're playing double initiator or they're playing it with initiators, and I didn't even think through what would happen if I got flashed or I wasn't prepared to turn. It was basically just like a trap for noobs, I feel like, to just get caught in that wall. Now they made it so that way basically it's like a cubby. This is pretty powerful for defenders. That is a very defender-sided change. Because basically what's going to happen now is like someone can easily like nest back here. Someone could potentially be breaking this door. So that way there's like some kind of weird double peek that you're going into, as well as people, you know, like on the right over here. This player could have, you know, like potential pop flashes bombing like right over this. I'm thinking like underhand KO flashes. I'm thinking sky flashes. You know, like there's a lot of shit that could happen here. Sky flash could come through this door and like pop here. Sky flash could come over here and land like up here for someone to peek. KO flash is going to do that same shit. This is going to be a very difficult spot to flush out, with the exception if there's like something like a breach aftershock like coming through this wall. It's a very annoying spot to deal with. They can ask for a smoke to then get away through this door. Before, the escapability of like the slant was rough. It was rough. Whereas now there's like a lot of escapability here. There's gonna be a lot of people that run up A, just like demon mode in ranked, get blind, end up in that corner, and they get like 3Ks. It's gonna have a lot. Let's look at the baby door. They just added like a little corner that you can hide in. I don't know if I like that. See, I actually don't think that this corner helps defenders. I think it helps attackers for the retake. All I'm thinking of when I look at that corner is like the pivotal long fight on like a B take. Omen's just kind of like waiting for this timing when like everyone is like in B already, you know, and it's just waiting super late. Well, now there's like a nook in the door. Like now Jet can like be up here in this little box, and it's just gonna be very difficult for people to clear all this shit out. Like, I don't foresee this playing a lot of purpose on like defender positioning or anything like that. All right, let's see this one. They changed the hut, so now it looks like the icebox plant spot, kind of. I did think the fights around the hut were a little bit clunky. I don't know how I feel about this one though. You know what? I f with it. I like it. I didn't like the fights around the hut anyway. You would get caught in like these weird timings where like you're coming this way and someone's coming this way. It literally just happened in a stream I was watching before I went live. All right, changes to B. This corner does seem like it's gonna be really annoying when you're entering B. Like off rip, you're gonna be entering and there's gonna be like some nerd here, some guy at an off angle up here, someone here with a judge. They just made it really annoying to enter some of these sites. Getting rid of this plant is kind of cool, but then also giving like this plant. Like this is the safest plant. I like this. Because I also got very frustrated with B plants as someone that ends up planting the spike a lot. Because you end up planting under here, but planting under here blows. You can't like defend it really from any of these spots. Like you have to come out, and when you come out, your fight is dog shit. You don't know the elevation of the person you're fighting. Like they are in an advantage. Planting here, I feel like you would always die from someone that's like baby door in ranked, or some guy swinging out heaven. You know, like this would always happen. So now they at least made it so that way, yo, you can plant here, and then in order for someone to come out baby door and kill you, they really have to be committed now. Like they have to come out big time to kill you. And hopefully by that point, your one teammate that has a brain cell can support you. All right. See stipend before and after. Dude, they removed the Omen TP box and made it into one of these. I feel like this box was pretty important in post plants for attackers. How many rounds have you guys seen where someone has like played here, and people are like flooding out of spawn, and they can either, I mean, I'm sure you've seen both of what I'm about to say. One, where this guy like kind of ends up catching like a weird off-angle fight on this player, and then when that happens, someone swings from here and gets the kill on spawn. Or what you could end up seeing is like people are retaking that way, and then the enemy team comes through late here, and these players assume incorrectly that this spot has been cleared because the players are out spawn. So then this player then kills this guy and then kills this guy. And I feel like this box just, it made things nice. Like it made it so things weren't so easy for defenders retaking. They had to think about things a little bit to break this. And then also obviously you had the Omen TPs up top, which every time you heard a shrouded step, you had to fear that some nerd was up here. I don't like this, but I think that the changes to bend are kind of cool. It's gonna be hard as to kill some people back here. There's going to be some gnarly Cypher trips now. It's gonna be really hard to flush people out from back here now. I bet like Cyphers could get like spam kills through this shit. Like just like a kill trip somewhere like over here. Whereas before you couldn't do that. Like you couldn't get trip kills. Like trips were worthless back in this C site. Which in my opinion, from trying to play Cypher in ranked, like this C site was a key reason why Cypher wasn't as viable as Killjoy. I feel like Cypher could work a little bit better now. I still think there's tons of value you can get out of Killjoy. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to make a counter argument real quick in my head for Cypher, just based on the changes. And a Killjoy turret could literally be like here, but they would hear it. But this again is just more fuel for like Cypher trips, like all these different little boxes and shit. Yeah, that's it for the changes though, I think, right? Check him. What's up? Oh, that was the littlest kiss. Look at him. He's got little dino spikes. Isn't that cute? I wish I could make Moch bark. He's kind of like... We got like old man snore.